Hello there. This is a commentary on a special report on how to give your child a superior math education, written by Debbie Goodman, who's the president of a company called Triad Math Inc. Now, I am one of the founders of Triad Math Inc. My name is Craig Hain, and I've been teaching mathematics for a long time at all levels. And in fact, back in 2011, I wrote a book called Teaching Math in the 21st Century, subtitled A High School Math Curriculum That Works for All Students. And today I want to talk to you about Debbie's special report. Well, the first thing I'll tell you is that she also considered giving it the title, How You and Your Child Can Excel at Middle and High School Mathematics. And that would be an equally good title, but so you could use either title you wanted for this special report. Well, Debbie starts off with two questions. First, is your child struggling with middle or high school math? Or, worse yet, are you struggling trying to teach middle or high school math to your child? Now, if the answer to either one of these questions is yes, then you're definitely going to want to read Debbie's special report, because she goes on to say, surprisingly, a major reason for these struggles may not be because you or your child can't do it. The fault may really lie in how and what you're trying to teach your child. What we call pedagogy and content. Pedagogy is how you teach, and content, of course, is what you're teaching. Debbie tells a story of a homeschool mom that recently told her that she understands algebra, but when she tries to teach it to her 13-year-old son, he just doesn't get it. And she wanted to know what she's doing wrong. Now, the facts are, we hear this story from many parents, and both students and parents, and they experience the same kind of issues. You might understand math or think you do, but that doesn't mean that that'll be enough for you to teach it. And in fact, if it turns out you don't understand math, then of course the problem is much worse. Learning from a book is simply just not adequate for many children, and that's especially true of today's modern math textbooks. Now, Debbie goes ahead and tells a story about last year she worked with a math teacher at a homeschool co-op. And we'll call the woman Tracy to protect her identity. But she's a homeschool mom of four. She has an engineering degree. She's very knowledgeable about math. But she was really struggling at this co-op, trying to teach quite a number of students. And she was using what I would call the standard approach, which we talk about in the book Teaching Math. And she happened to come across my website, craighain.com, and I have a lot of information on it about teaching math and how to do it and what you should be teaching. And by the way, my students call me Dr. Dell, so that's how you'll hear me referred to sometimes. And there Tracy learned the genesis of what her problem was, and she learned how you really ought to give a successful math education. And in fact, I've written two more books, How to Give Your Child a Great Math Education in Algebra, Geometry, and Trig, and Math Help. And Debbie gave Tracy both of these books, and this is what really got her started. In fact, what she did is she tried the program herself with her own children, and then she used it with her entire co-op. She had over 35 students in the co-op, and it was a great success for her. Now, what Debbie goes on to say is that I, Craig Hain, have created a very cost-effective online practical math program for high school, middle school students. It incorporates kinesthetic, hands-on approach, and it really works. Now, you can learn all about this at homeschoolmathematics.com. This is a site designed just for homeschool teachers, and a lot of the material that's on some of our other websites is included there. And then Debbie goes ahead to say to not worry. She's not a salesperson. She's not going to try to sell you anything. You're going to have to sell yourself. And what Debbie goes on to tell you is that when you try this program, it comes with a 30-day, full money back, no questions asked, complete satisfaction guarantee. So in a sense, she says, for 30 days, it's effectively free. And you're going to be able to learn all about this at the homeschoolmathematics.com website. At that website, you're going to learn all about this program we call the Foundation, where we teach the student, first of all, how to use a great power tool called the TI-30XA Scientific Calculator. This is really a tremendous tool for practicing and learning mathematics. Then we teach them topics from pre-algebra, algebra, geometry, and trigonometry, the topics you need for practical math. And this provides the foundation then. And then, of course, there are many tiers of training beyond that. And you'll learn all about that at the homeschool website. You'll also be given the syllabus for this course. So if you want to teach it yourself, you don't have to use our program. You can do it yourself. We'll tell exactly what's included. We will also tell you the pedagogy we use. We call it the Spike technology of pedagogy. And you'll learn all about that. And that's all, of course, free, all that information on that website. Debbie points out that you really need to try the program for yourself, just like Tracy did. She tried it, proved it to herself, and then began to use it. Because the real proof that you need is that it works for you and for your child. So what Debbie says is, just get started. Try the thing. Evaluate it. Of course, if you're not 100% satisfied, you'll get all your money back, and at the very minimum, you will have learned now how to use a great scientific calculator to perform all future calculations. Now, Debbie concludes by inviting you to contact her, and she's going to show you, first of all, how to get a discount on your first purchase, but more importantly, also volume discount pricing if you have more than one child or you're in with a group of other users. Debbie's great at customer service. I'm really impressed by how she handles it. So her phone number is 812-355-3030. She's Eastern Time. You can call her anytime from about 9 to 4 Eastern Time, or you email her at her email address. And she, of course, concludes then by thanking you for reading the special report, and I thank you for watching this video. And whatever you do, I encourage you to give your child a great math education. We would like to help you do it, either with the free material we provide you on how you can do it, or perhaps even using the program we've created for you. So this is Craig Hain, aka Dr. Dell. I hope to see you at some point in the future.